Hey guys, this is Julian Wong from the Binary Lab, and in this video I want to talk about end of day trading. Okay, so I this the reason why I'm making this video is because on Friday last week I had someone write to me. He says, Julian, I'm not yet in the Binary Lab, and I want to know when are your next sessions? Are you still running regular sessions? Well, the good news is yes, I run sessions all the time. In fact, I do most of my own trading during sessions. The reason for that is because with more people looking at the charts, we help each other out, and at the same time, I find that when I'm trading before a live audience of sometimes even 300 people, um, it makes me extra careful. It makes me take extra cautious. It makes me make much safer trades. But coming back to this topic about end of day trading, so this guy told me that on Friday he placed a bunch of end of day trades and he lost a sum of money in his account. And he was hoping that through the binary lab sessions he could help to recoup some of that losses. So one of the things I told him was that, why on earth would you do end of day trading on non-farm payroll? Um, Non-farm payroll is one of those really wacky situations. I mean, a lot of the time it's been one of those scenarios where you could just trade a rebound. There's always a huge spike or a drop in one way, and then it kind of whips back, within the next half an hour, 1 hour or so. But they've also like this month's NFP was like that. But for the past 5 months, the NFPs pretty much, the breakout continued, or the breakdown continued as well. So in those cases, well, maybe end of day will work, but I see it like this, if you could, if the return on the trade is the same for a 30-minute, 15-minute versus the end of day, why would you want to take the end of day? Why don't you want to cut your risk and stress, uh, into much less? Uh, if you could do, like 8, 10 hours of work, which is really the profit from the end of day trade. If you could do that within much less time, if you could do that within 15, 30 minutes instead of 8 hours, doesn't that make you like 16 times more productive, more profitable? And even if you didn't wish to be 16 times more profitable, I personally see it as a way of reducing stress. So, and the way that I teach people how to trade, I look at the candlestick price action. I have a bunch of indicators that I give the people in the binary lab, and we've been using this since May last year. We've been changing in the past. We've been changing a lot, but finally, after many switches, many hopping around, I think we've come across a very, very stable strategy that has been serving us very continuously, and I would say is the most accurate as yet. So what happens with the price action trading that we do with indicators that I teach as well, um, is that we decide on the trade expiry time based on the time frame that we're looking at. If we're looking at a 1 minute chart, then I would trade a multiple of that 1 minute. So it could be depending on the strategy, it could be a 2 bar. Uh, it could be a 2 bar strategy. It could be a 3 bar, a 4 bar, a 5 bar sometimes. So what I mean by that is if 5 bars of time, if the time frame is 1 minute, that means 5 minutes. If 2 bars of time, it means 2 minutes. And let's say if we're looking at a 5 minute chart, and then 5 bars of time would be 25 minutes. Conversely, 2 bars of time would be 10 minutes. And if I was looking at a 4 hour chart, okay, 5 bars of time is going to be 20 hours. It's pretty much a day thing. But then again, I wouldn't go right out there and do an end of day trade unless I see that the expiry of that trade coincides with the end of the bar that I'm studying. I never ever base my trades out of convenience. I never ever rounding up, rounding down. Never works. Um, and it's probably the surest way to mess up. Okay, let's say, and this happens a lot because in my trading sessions, I like to do very, very short-term trades. Um, in very short-term trades, I'm talking about like a 90-second, 60-second, 2 minutes, 5 minutes sometimes 3 minutes. And the reason why I like to do this is because the return of the trade for anything less than 5 minutes is about 70%, right? If it's that versus a 15-minute trade which pays out 81%, isn't it more profitable to fit a bunch of 1 minute, 2 minute, 90-second trades versus waiting out one 15 or 30-minute trade? Comes back down to productivity as well, but it's not as easy as that. Okay, there are the times when the conditions do not permit, the conditions where it's optimal to place a longer term trade. But in my opinion, from what I've seen so far, I've never felt the need to trade an end of day trade. I've never felt the need to. In many times, 2 hours is more than enough, even in the strongest trends. And here's the thing as well. When you see a movement of a certain currency pair, that looks pretty good, but based on the trade filters that I teach, for example, I give my students conditions. For example, if it's like I will say if it's a daily high, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. If the daily high is not the past 5 days high, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. If the daily high or low is at the same time the weekly high or low, this is what you do or don't do. Okay, based on that, like some, and you see the nice movement. Many of the time you can find a similarly good movement that fits the criteria of trading on a different currency pair as well. So you're never really like forced to do something. You're always somehow not spoiled for choice, and the best policy is wait. On that note, what I tell my students a lot as well is that when you are trading, why I like to trade in webinars, like I mentioned just now, is I'm super selective. Before an audience of about 300 people, I have to make the right choices. I am looking for quality. I'm not looking for quantity. But when I trade on my own, it's a different story. And I know many of you watching this video, maybe even you, can identify with this. Do you remember the times when you're trading and then you just felt like, I really want to take some trade right now. I'm kind of bored. I want to take some trade right now. Okay, I've won 3 trades now, and I want to take some more trades. Let's see what else we can do. And then it could be a bad market day, and you find, okay, this looks like a setup. Oh, that looks like a setup. Let's do it. That's almost like it. It's not all the checkpoints are being met, but I think I'll take it. That one, I think it's pretty much there. I'll do it. And you know what? These are the trade setups that don't work out. These are the ones that mess you over. These are the ones that you wish you stuck to the rules and did not trade them. So coming back to the topic, end of day trading, I don't feel it's necessary. Most of the time, right, when there's a lot of activities going on within a day, it is almost not going to work out. Okay, let's get a pen and paper. Let's draw something up for you. I'm going to draw it on the back of this. I assume my son or daughter is a man. No, that's not too nice. Let's do this one. You can see this, right? Okay. So, this is typically when end of day trade is not going to work out. This is when end of day trade is not going to work out. Like this is your chart. This is like the previous. This is in the day low. This is a day high, and then within the day it kind of moves around. How the hell are you going to know if it's going to go higher than that or lower than that? You're not going to know. All right. I'll give you another scenario. What if it was thereabouts. So same chart, right? Day low, day high. And I would say it's going to be even better if it's like this. Check this out. Day low, day high. This is obvious, okay? And let's say prior to this, if the daily bars before that, daily chart, previous this one right here is the current day, and it's still going higher. There's no signs of exhaustion. There's not a pin that's coming out from the top. You know, that's probably one of those trades that I would do at end of day because I know that if I can catch it midday and I know it's pushing the high. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say if I added another bar, and like let's say this bar. Okay, this bar is still moving. It's still going up and down. All right, it's already more or less a previous day high. It's still kind of stretching it. Still stretching it. Still stretching it. Okay. In fact, it'd be even better like this. If the daily bar just started out, okay, the daily bar just started, and the day just started, it's fresh in the day. There's some momentum going up. Maybe it may have even formed a pin, like that. Not a very high pin, just a very short pin. Let's try that. Say like this. Okay. That could potentially go higher, and most of the time, within you know, if it's a daily chart and is the day high is also the highest high of the past couple days, it's usually going to go higher. On those cases, I'll do an end of day trade. I mean, if you wanted to, right? I wouldn't do it. Like I said, I don't do end of day trades because I love my time. I love my freedom. I do not believe in spending more than 90 minutes a day trading because you can make a lot of money without spending more than 90 minutes a day trading. And what I mean by 90 minutes is that it's not like, X amount of minutes to start a trade and X amount of minutes to check. I mean start to end. All trades close within a 90-minute time frame is all you need. If you take an end of day trade, you spend, even if you spend like 30 seconds to open the trade, throughout the day you're going to be checking it, and your mind, when your mind's being stressed thinking about that trade, even if you say, "Oh, I'm not stressed. I know it's working." But anything can happen. You know, what if a bank manager jumps off the building, right? That's going to totally change the ball game. So totally change the trend. Totally going to change the chart or whatever you're looking at. So that is what I find. So if you're doing an end of day trade, you're really trading for 10 hours, like it or not. I trade 90 minutes. Within 90 minutes, I do several trades. The fewest I've done in 90 minutes, probably about 4. And many a time, if I cannot even get 2 trades within 30 minutes, I just stop at 30 minutes for that day, for that session. So that's pretty much it. And let's say if you feel that you need some help with trading binary options and you want to get better with it, you want to learn with a community of people, you're most welcome to join the trading community that I run. Like I said, I run like webinars daily. Okay, as long as there's no news and I'm not traveling, it's pretty much every day. And there's some days we can do 2 sessions, okay? And we do like maybe 2 sessions today, we'll skip tomorrow, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in that, do check out the links below this video. TheBinaryLab.net, that's my website. I'm also on Facebook, Julian Wong, you can look me up. But I get a lot of messages, so I think it's best that you just, if you're interested in my community, check out my website. You can also go to my Facebook page because I'm people managing a page as well. I believe facebook.com/TheBinaryLab page. Alright, that should be correct. So I look forward to hearing from you and helping you out. And if you find that this video has been beneficial to you, leave a comment, click the like, hit the subscribe. And once again, thank you for spending your 15 minutes of time watching this video. I hope it will be helpful to you. Goodbye.